Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another expertly sensational episode of MANN Cinema Reviews. That's right, Peter Mann II, your lovely host of MCR. What's up, y'all? We are back with another episode today. But before we get into the gritty details of the new medieval epic from Sir Ridley Scott called The Last Duel, what I need you to do is go ahead and, if you are a fan of this channel, if you're new to the channel, regardless, press like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell as well so it keeps you up to date on everything new and all the content and reviews of MANN Cinema Reviews. MCR is back and better than ever. We are here. This is the review for The Last Duel. Jean de Carouge, played by Matt Damon, is a respected squire in court, known for his skill on the battlefield. Has his acquaintance Jacques Legree, played by Adam Driver, known more for a squire who has wit and intelligence, is known for his expertise in finance. A noble in court, Count Pierre, played by Ben Affleck, who favors Legree over Carouge, and that begins a rift between the two men. When they have a falling out, Legree actually approaches the home of Carouge, who is in battle, and has his wife Marguerite alone. He corners her, he advances her, and he brutally assaults her. This gets into the thematic elements of what The Last Duel is, where a trial by combat ensues to the death. This film, we haven't seen, like I said, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, best friends in the film industry, and who are known for their Academy Award winning writing efforts of Good Will Hunting. They have not written a screenplay together ever since then. They reunite for this film, as well as Nicole Holofcener, and she is also a writer, director, has done films in the past, Enough Said, Friends with Money. Again, she is a brilliant writer who needed to be involved with this courageous and controversial film because it is told in three perspectives. We have Carouge, Matt Damon, Legree, Adam Driver, and Marguerite, which is Jodie Comer. And so Ben and Matt wrote all the male perspective, and Nicole was brought in to focus on Marguerite. And I like the way that this film is structured. This is at the helm of Ridley Scott, who's making a renaissance. He has two films. He's really going for the Oscar this year. He has The Last Duel and The House of Gucci. So I think it was Damon who acquired the book rights, and he brought it to his friend Ben. They decided to write it together. I assume from Damon and Scott working together on The Martian, he saw the medieval book as something that Ridley could really sink his teeth into. Again, we have seen Ridley Scott pull this off with Gladiator in the scope of the medieval times. It is a very long film, but the running time usually is a problem with me. I did not have a problem with it. The pacing is expert. Again, I like the fact that Damon and Affleck are back together, working together, and they really crafted, along with Nicole Holofcener, a tight, taut script. It is based on a true account. This is one of the last trial by duel in medieval France that occurred. And so with these harsh thematic elements, the film is kind of grueling to watch, not only on the battlefield scenes, but again, we have the perspective of the aftermath of this assault. This assault in three perspectives of Damon, Driver, and Comer. And all three have the grisly, brutal outcome of a sexual assault. Again, this is kind of brazen and almost taboo for Damon and Affleck to touch, especially in the era of Me Too. So it was crazy that they decided to pen this script, but I think obviously they needed the female perspective. Again, it's a female empowerment story at the core of this film, and Nicole Holofcener is brilliant at penning the script in Marguerite's perspective, and Jodie Comer as well comes with it with the severity. I have become a fan of Jodie Comer after seeing her in Free Guy. Matt Damon is churning out one of his greatest portrayals in his career, as well as Driver. Firing on all cylinders. This is a man of cunning wit. You don't really trust him, even though his loyalty lies in his acquaintances. He becomes very enamored with Damon's character in the beginning, but when Ben Affleck's Count character pits him against Damon's character of Carouge, the two men really are at each other throughout the entire movie, and so everyone involved came to play. The cinematography is great. The score is sweeping. Again, the script is tight, taut, and one of the best from the duo, as well as Nicole Holofcener. And it's just great all around. I think if I had to pick apart anything that I didn't or didn't feel consistent was, the look, the period piece look is definitely held in high regard, but I feel like the text is it's very free-willing. They do, have the my lord, me lady, they do have that kind of verbiage, that they do capture the period, but I feel like it was more free-flowing and, not true to the text or the time, which is okay, it just doesn't have that authenticity. And I think that's probably my only drawback, because everything else is firing again on all cylinders. The brutal assault is definitely something that you really have to stomach. It's very grueling to watch. I hate seeing sexual assault on film, but I think in thematic elements that pertain to this film, it needs to be at the center, at the crux of it, because it really is the driving force of these two men going into battle. Someone is lying, someone's not withholding the truth, and we have lives on the line. So you really get caught up in the sweeping epic. The battle scenes are very brutal to watch, as well as the assault, so it's really not for the faint of heart. If things like this are very offensive to you, watching sexual assault or just brutal violence, carnal violence, then this really isn't your movie, and you should really sit it out. But if you can stomach it, and if you're ready for something that's really epic, I really think that you should check out The Last Duel. And with that, I think it is one of the greatest films of the year. I will have to give the film a strong 4.5. It's a near pitch perfect film, 4.5 star review for The Last Duel. And I think this is Ridley Scott's film for the taking. We have to see how the House of Gucci does. I've seen the trailer for it. A lot of talent there, but the performances seem kind of hand-fisted and kind of hammy. But we'll see. Prove me wrong, Ridley. I think you're on a roll here. And everyone involved probably giving their all and at their peak of their talents here. Thank you very much for choosing MANN Cinema Reviews. I didn't lead off with that, but I wanted to end it because I do appreciate those who check out my reviews. Again, press like, comment, and we'll see you on the next one.